Okay, so we're gonna just kind of go back to start afresh, just in case you're just joining us and you don't even know what I'm talking about. So again, welcome to this live series today. My name is Ishoma. I'm the face behind the Digital Boss Babe page, and today I have a special guest with me, Tigist Mulatu, all the way from USA. And I can't wait for you guys to hear, all about her story, her journey, how she came to, start this business and what results she's seen so far. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to you now, Tigist. Thank you once again for your patience despite the technical error.
Yeah. Thank you for having me,
You're
Shoma. Thank
welcome.
you.
You're welcome. Please go ahead and introduce yourself again.
Okay, yeah, sure. So my name is Tigist Mulatu. I'm living in Minnesota with my husband and two kids, originally from East Africa, Ethiopia. So I've been living in Minnesota for the past 10 years now. Yeah, I moved here for, I had a background in computer science. So when I first moved here, my plan was to do my master's and, get a good job and like climb up the career ladder. But that did not happen. I did not end up doing my master's, but thankfully, I was able to get a good job. Like I mentioned, my background was in IT, so I heard from a lot of people and get a really good information actually that kind of helped
Mhm,
me get a good job here in the US. So I
mhm.
started working as a SQL database administrator, as an IT business analyst for the past for many years before I jumped into exploring the online space in online businesses.
Wow, wow, wow. So, I mean, if you had a good job, and I think we all know in this current age that if you have an IT job, like you're probably making good money, and you have even said it yourself that you had a good job.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to venture into the online space?
That's a good question because it's always something gotta give, right? Like you have a good job, but you don't have time. You have a good job, but it's like you don't have family time. So I had a good job, so it was really great before I start family. But once I get married and I have my firstborn child, it was my first aha moment because now I need to decide with from my job, like do I raise my kids from home or do I just continue working and put my son to a daycare? So at that time, what I decided, now that I think back, I regret my decision because I wish if I was able to actually raise my kid myself instead of him start going to a daycare while he was
Mhm,
really, really young.
mhm.
So I put my son to a daycare. My workplace was an hour commute, so the daycare was actually near to our house, to our place. So it was like 3 minutes drive from our place. But my workplace was like an hour away. So I
Oh,
put
wow.
my son to a daycare. I go to work after that and spend the whole day and come back, pick up my son. So that was like my life. And one day, one major thing happened that actually changed everything for me. What happened was while I was at work, while I was at my desk, I got this phone call. And that was from a daycare. So I picked
Hmm.
it up like there's a phone call while your child is somewhere, like, like if you are a parent, you know the feeling. And I was like anxious to
Yeah.
pick up the phone and they said, your son was in a minor accident, so you should come and pick him up. So I was
Mm.
like, okay, then I start driving. I don't even know how I got there. Like I told you, like it's an hour commute.
Wow.
So I just got there, and when I got there, it was not even a minor accident. He had a major accident where he actually cut his lips deep all the way down. And
Oh.
I was like, because if it was a minor accident, they wouldn't even call me.
Call you,
They'll
yeah.
they'll just give me an incident report whenever I
Mm-hmm.
him up. So they
Mm-hmm.
called me, but I knew deep inside that it's not gonna be, some minor accident. So,
Right.
at that time they didn't even bother, to take him to emergency. He was just there. They didn't
Oh.
do anything for him. So I had to, rush. You can imagine, like I cried, I yelled, and everything
Oh.
that you can imagine at the daycare. And
Yeah.
then now I laugh. I laugh because it passed already, but it was a
Mm-hmm.
terrifying moment back then. So then I took him. I rushed to emergency. He got many stitches. He spent at home the following days and days.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, I really decided, like this should not be my life. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have to find something else. And then I
Yeah.
exploring, what can I do online, and that's when
Mhm.
I stumbled across selling products on Amazon, and my journey kind of started in the online space. So
Mm. Yeah, that I totally relate with you. Like having to leave your child in the care of somebody else. Like
yeah,
that was one of my biggest reasons too for starting this business because, when I started back in 2020, I was working full time as well, and I actually just went back to work from my maternity leave.
yeah,
So it was really challenging, having to leave my kid, and then at the same time for me, at my workplace, like in as much as it was a good paying job, but I was facing a lot of political stuff that just made me feel like, okay, why am I leaving my kid, leaving my family to come work for somebody who doesn't appreciate me, right? So different factors come into play, before, that pushes you to seek a change. So I really appreciate you for sharing that story with us. So I'm
yeah,
curious though, because you said you started an Amazon business. And I know some people who are watching this live or who are going to watch it later have probably looked into starting, Amazon business too.
yeah,
And I know I have done, coaching calls with people who are like, you know what, I was just about to start an Amazon business,
yeah,
but how does this business like compare
yeah.
to that? So I think you'll be in a very good position to like tell us how this business platform we're both in, compares to when you were doing your Amazon business.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So when I started my Amazon business, obviously I started from free resources. So what I did was I start watching a lot of YouTube videos.
Hmm.
Whenever I drive, whenever I have some free time, like I was just watching videos and videos and videos to kind of learn how to set up an Amazon FBA business. And finally, I decided, all these free resources, they're not gonna give you all the information. Of course, you're gonna get some information, you're going to get an idea. I
Hmm.
want something that's going to guide me step by step. Like, what do I do now? How do I do this? Like, I just want some guidance. So what I did is actually bought a course. It was
Okay.
from Kevin David. He was selling those courses for 999 or close to 1,000. So I
Mhm.
bought the course. I followed the steps. I start, sourcing products from Alibaba. Followed I went all in. Like I was
Mm.
all in. I just wanted this business to work. So I
Yeah.
started with like I love makeup and fake nails or fake eyelashes. So that's what I was driven to. So I started
Mhm.
with those products.
Mhm.
I sourced the product. So what started happening initially, it was good. So there's a process in Amazon where you don't even have to deal with the product. Like from the supplier, the product can go directly to the warehouse and Amazon
Mhm.
fulfills your order for you. So
Right.
initially it was good, and all of a sudden people start writing really bad comments on bad reviews on my products because they start getting
Oh.
missing pieces. They start getting sometimes broken pieces and stuff like that because you have no
Oh.
control over the product, and
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
happen during the shipping process.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, now the sale drops whenever all people see the reviews, and if it's not 4.5 star, 5 star, nobody's gonna buy it, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my reviews actually dropped, and I was not even making any sale. I'm
Mm.
like, okay, what do I do now? Okay, like I need to control the quality somehow. So I talked to my supplier. Instead of the warehouse, they need to ship the products to my house. So what I
Okay.
did is, after I come home, after I take care of my kid, do all the house chores at night, I just sit down, open each and every product, and I'm not even saying like one or two products, like hundreds of products.
Oh
I
wow.
open every box, make sure that everything is intact, and I, put the package back and,
Mhm.
send that to the warehouse myself. And it took
Mm.
like hours, even there were like nights where I spent, until 1 a.m., 2 a.m., just doing
Mm.
that quality check myself. And
Mhm.
I didn't want to give up. I just wanted this business to work. So I was really working hard I ran
Mhm.
that business for almost 2 years.
Mhm.
But I was just breaking even. I was not even making a lot, any profit. And I'm like,
Right.
does it even worth it? Like I'm just, putting a lot of effort into this business to make it work.
Mhm.
It's taking a lot of my time, my family time. I'm not
Mhm.
quitting my job yet, you know. So like, is it even worth it? So I was in that kind of mentality when I came across an ad. This girl from Canada, she was advertising and she was saying, in this business, you don't deal with products, like you don't deal with, all this bulky stuff. You do the marketing
Mhm.
piece. And I'm like, okay, like, like, because I know what I was doing. And I'm like, okay, like, continue. What are you talking about? And then
Yeah.
I watched the webinar and I got really interested. And I still have actually a bunch of inventory, unsold inventory in my basement from my Amazon business. So I just
Mhm.
kind of paused that business. I did not give up, but I kind of paused it. Okay, let me
Mhm.
just, look into this business, and then maybe
Mhm.
I'm gonna go back to my Amazon business. But I
Yeah.
never went back because this has been a really amazing journey.
A game changer. Wow, wow, wow. I love that story so much, you know. Oh, I hope this is an eye opener for you guys who are looking into starting a different online business. You know, you could hear straight from the horse's mouth, like she tried Amazon and it was time consuming, and then how much did she have to show for it? Not much. But here she is today. How long have you been in this particular business now?
For 4 years,
4 years.
4 years.
There you go. So for her to be doing it for 4 years, that's to tell you that this is it. This is highly profitable, you know. And let me not even say the words. She's gonna tell you very soon, like what results she's gotten from this business. But before I go to that question, I just want to know: were you skeptical at all when you found this opportunity, or maybe your spouse? Was there any skepticism, any fears, anything holding you back, and how did you overcome that?
I'll be very honest. I was skeptical because we know we will with Amazon business, you have full control. Like it's you who's gonna talk to the suppliers. It's you. Like, and Amazon is a very popular platform, so you kind of feel like you have full control of everything because you're the one doing everything yourself. So
Mhm.
it's a matter of, is this business going to work or not? It's not a matter of, is it legit or not, right?
Mm,
Is it legit?
right.
Trust, like it's you. You're not working with anybody. It's just you and you
Mhm.
and you. So
Mhm.
like, it's just a matter of, is it gonna work or not. But with this business, the first thing is I have to trust, that person who is advertising. I have to watch a web,
Right.
have to, like, you kind of connect with other people, and it needs a little bit of trust. So,
Mhm.
and it's online, right?
Mhm.
So I'm like, I was a little skeptical at first, but then, like, what do I have to lose? What do I have to lose? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because the first thing is, of course, the webinar, and it was free.
Mhm.
Like, you just
Mhm.
register. I registered on the website. I watched the 90-minute webinar, and it was free. And I got a chance to hear from a lot of different people from different background on that webinar. And I'm like, you know what? I think I can do this. Like I think I trust it now. So
Yeah.
I was skeptical, and my husband, especially, he was very skeptical. I was a little skeptical, and he was like very, very skeptical. But he was supportive. Still, he was not like, you know what, don't do it. Like he
Mhm.
wanted to kind of make me happy. So if it
Mhm.
makes you happy, and he saw me hustle already. He saw me
Yeah.
hustle in the online, in the Amazon business before, so he
Mhm.
knew that it's not like, let me try it, and if it works, it works. Like, I have
Mhm.
that kind of mentality. If I start something, I want to make sure that that's going to work for me. So
Mhm.
he knows that already. So he was like, you know what, go for it. Kind of. He was still,
Mhm.
yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Wow. See that, guys? She had to do her due diligence. This is what we're always talking about. Like, it's fine that you're listening to us today, but then go and watch the webinar. Come see things for yourself, right? And actually, you guys are locked today. We do have a live session starting in about, I think, six, no, maybe 7 to almost 8 hours from now. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't signed up yet for the webinar, reach out to me or reach out to Tigis, and we'll send you the link so that you can join the webinar tonight. It's free to watch. I mean, what do you have to lose, right?
Yeah.
So thank you so much for sharing that. Now, can you tell us how has this business been for you? I mean, you've been doing it for 4 years, so there's got to be something
Yeah.
keeping you here still. So tell us about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay. After I start this business, within about 8 months, of course, initially there's a training that you need to take. Like it's like
Mhm,
this is a training that I had no experience prior to this business, right? So like it's everything I started from scratch, from learning. So I was
mhm,
putting like an hour sometimes, a couple hours sometimes on my training. So the first month or two, it was all training.
mhm.
But within about 8 months in my business, still I was able to actually quit my job because my
Oh
business was
wow.
actually surpassing what I was making in my corporate salary. That's
Wow.
when I decided, okay, now that I know it's working, that now that I know
Mhm,
that I actually surpassed my corporate salary, that I can actually quit and just if I do it full time, I can even grow it,
mhm,
a lot faster.
mhm,
So that's what I did. I quit my job and started doing this business full time. And
mhm.
shortly after that, my husband and I bought a new house. I bought a new
Mhm.
car and a lot of
Wow.
vacations. And a lot has happened. This business actually changed a lot of things for this family, for my family. So I'm so thankful
Mhm,
for that.
mhm. Thank you. Wow. And she's just being real humble when she says that. I was just telling her like she has been one of my big inspirations in our community since I started back in 2020. Like I've watched her success. Like when she bought that brand new car, I was like, man, I want to be like her one day. And not too long after that, I also got a brand new car. And when I also learned that she quit her job, as an IT professional within 8 months, I was like, I want to do that too one day. And thankfully, I've been able to do that too, thanks to this business. So wow, have always been inspired by you, and I'm so grateful that you came on here to share your story with everyone. And guys, if you're watching this and still doubting, hey, these are real people, flesh and blood, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't touch us, but we're talking to you. So that shows you that this is legit. Because if it wasn't, we won't come out boldly,
Yeah.
to show our faces, right?
Yeah.
And we're moms, we have families, we have kids, we wouldn't want to spoil the reputation of our families, put it at risk, right? So
Yeah.
relax, okay? You're in good hands. You're looking at something that can make you a lot of money. All right. So we're just about to end this session, but before I let you go, Tigis, can you please give us one word of advice, especially for those who have been maybe following us for a while now, but they're still indecisive, they're still skeptical. Please give a word of advice for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what I would say is, a business is obviously not for everybody. A business is for someone, if you are just living your life very comfortably, you have a job that you love and you cannot wait to go to every morning. So, then I think that should be where you are. But if you are in a position where, like I hate my job, I don't want to wake up to an alarm clock every morning, something
Mhm,
gotta change. I'm not spending enough time with my family, and I think it's time to explore other options in this business.
mhm,
Like I told you earlier, with my Amazon business, there was no support, there was no mentorship. Of course, I got a course, but here is your course and bye bye, good luck. So everything that I had to do myself, I had to do
right.
research. There is no mentorship. If I stumble across something, there's nobody
Mhm,
to really guide me. But in this business, there are mentor coaches, and the help, the support of
mhm,
this business is what actually helping a lot of other people to succeed as well, and that's what helped me to succeed.
mhm,
uh, so absolutely, check this business out because it's absolutely changing lives, and it's not a
mhm.
get rich quick. A lot of people, just want a way out of their financial, maybe financial struggle or something, and they want to just make a lot of money within a couple weeks or a couple months, and this is not it. It's a
Yeah.
legit, solid business where you can actually come in, build a business, be
Mhm,
and like whatever business requires, like any other business, this business also requires, you know, of course, a lot of things that we do is with the support of the system, but there's obviously something that we need to put effort in, right? So
mhm,
we do that if we are that kind of person, and there's absolutely no reason where if I am successful, if Shoma is successful, there are thousands of other people that are also successful. There's
Hmm.
no reason why people can come in and take advantage of this opportunity as well. So yeah, come check the webinar. It's free. It's 90 minutes. Of course, some people say I don't have 90 minutes. If you don't have 90 minutes, I don't think you'll have a time to run this business. So
Exactly. And I mean, come on, guys. How can you not have 90 minutes, but you have what, 8 to 12, even 16 hours for an employer? Come on, guys. This is something that can absolutely change your life, change your pocket, change your bank account,
yeah.
and you will thank us later. So, without further ado, we're going to call it a day for this series today. Thank you, Tigis, for coming on and sharing your story. I really appreciate you. Until next time, guys, bye and
Thank you
enjoy
for
the rest
having
of your week
me.
and
Bye
your weekend.
bye.
You're welcome. Bye.